Dallas, what did you make of the addition of A.J. Brown?
I think I was kind of with everybody. I was really excited. Watching him, he's a tremendous player. He's a physical person on the field. I'm just excited to watch what he does when he gets the ball in his hand, and to have him on the field, I feel like it'll just make everybody on the offense better.
We heard so much last year that they wanted the offense, at least the passing offense, to run through you and Devontae. So the addition of A.J., what does that do for the two of you?
Maybe we'll be throwing the ball a little bit more. I'm not too worried about my targets. I don't think Smitty's too worried about his targets. I don't think AJ's too worried about his targets. I think collectively we all want to win games, and we're willing to do whatever it takes. He came from a heavy run team. We were a heavy run team last year. So I don't think anybody's too worried about it. We're just worried about getting better in this time, and when that time comes to worry about that, it'll be time to worry about that.
Yeah, you spent a lot of time learning behind Zach Ertz. After your extension this past year, what was your reaction, and how do you view the opportunity to team up with Grant? You spoke highly of you recently.
Yeah, obviously was really excited to be able to be here for 4 more years, and my leadership role without Zach is definitely growing. But yeah, Grant, met him a few times at the agency, watched his film. He's a tremendous player. I'm excited to get him here and just teach him everything I know, learn from anything that he knows that I don't know, and just excited how he's going to be able to improve the group as a whole.
How's JJ as a tight end?
It's been really fun. We have the same agent, and we were in California training together. So he mentioned it to me a couple times that he might be moving over, and came and ran routes with me a couple times and asked questions about it. But it's cool to have him in the room. It's a new body, a new person to ask questions. You just get better detail with a new person because you have to explain it more. So I'm really excited for him. I'm excited to see how he embraces the role and see what he can do.
What's the biggest challenge for him, do you think?
There is a lot that tight ends have to know just because we're linked with the pass game and the run game. So I think the transition with the passing stuff will be pretty easy because he paid attention to that. It's in the concepts. The run game as a receiver, you don't have to know about the fronts and stuff like that. So I think just learning the O-line side of tight end, the blocking, the points, the IDs, stuff like that will be the hardest thing for him to learn, but I don't think he'll have any problem. I mean, he went to Sanford, so.
How much have you learned, or do you think you learned from Zach when it came to leading what is a young group and a number of guys sort of transitioning, not only JJ, but Tyree and things like that? How much did you learn from Zach about sort of mentoring young players?
Zach was great to have in the room. He was super football smart, so just being able to – he was able to, explain it differently than coaches sometimes because he's on the field. He's right there with you. But no, he was great to have in the room, and I'm just going to kind of do what he did. I'm going to be with the guys. I'm going to coach them up on everything that I can see because as they get better, that just pushes me to get better as well.
What's the biggest difference with this offense now compared to this time last year?
The biggest difference is, we've all been in the system for a year. We're really breaking it down to the fine details, making sure everybody knows the exact assignment, what we want to get accomplished in every play. So just being able to fine-tune things rather than just mass install has been really cool. Just being in the same system for 2 years really helps everybody be able to take that next step, get to know people a little bit better, and I think that'll help tremendously.
Have you set up any personal goals for yourself for this upcoming year, and if so, what are they?
I'm not really one that sets personal goals. It's a team game, and everything relies on so much that, if you set receptions or yards, stuff like that, you become a running team and you don't throw the ball as much. You might get upset, but you're winning games. So really, for me, it's just to win games and be the best I can be. Each day I want to improve. I want to win my one-on-one matchups every play. So for me, it's really just worried about the small details day in and day out, getting better each and every day, being great on the day that it is. And, there's definitely things to work on. But with numbers-wise and stuff, I'd like 100 catches and 1,000 yards, but that's kind of everybody that has a chance to receive the ball. So I don't really worry about that too much. I just want to do whatever I can to help the team win games and make the postseason for the fourth time. And, hopefully we're able to win some games this year in the postseason.
Where do you stand on, when it comes to an offense, allowing a receiver or a tight end to basically run the route tree and decide how they want to get open versus, let's say, man coverage or whatever coverage you're seeing, versus having to run a specific route based upon the scheme? Do you have a preference in that? Obviously, you've done well again in one-on-one matchups yourself.
Yeah, I think there's definitely the detail of route running. You want to do it like this. You want to give indicators so your quarterback knows when to throw. But when you're in the midst of battle and it comes down to it, you have to be able to win no matter what. It might not be exactly how coach wanted you to, but when it comes time to it, I'm always just going to try to get open at the right time so the quarterback can have me as an outlet always.
Have you and Devontae briefly parted ways?
No, not yet. Time's ticking. We only got a little bit of time left, but we're definitely going to make the most of it before we're split up.
We were just talking to Miles, and he mentioned how steady Jalen is all the time. Guys have said that pretty consistently, but now that he's a second-year starter, do you notice more comfort? Do you notice anything when it comes to Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, without a doubt. I think, him not having to learn another offense, him knowing the offense, he just feels more comfortable. He can tell people what he wants. He can tell people, don't do this because I'm looking at this first. And, but, ever since he's been here, he's been a tremendous leader, a hard worker. I don't see that change. I think it just continues to grow. And, he's always got that swagger with him. I'm really excited to play with him this year, that's for sure.